1,000 borders just so I can be with you. My loving you's a mission, but I'm ready. 1,000 borders just so I can be with you. This love I got is nothing to be played with, baby. Across 1,000 borders, baby. Ooh, baby. 1,000 borders. Ooh.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back. We love you. Every time, I don't know. I think we love you. Reflex, baby.
Wow.
Wow. Welcome back.
So thank you so much. We're still on the road to 1,000, so we have been progressing quite slowly but steadily increasing. So we still are grateful for everyone.
Yeah.
So this is a continuation. This is video number 3 of the Love Like This or Love Like That.
Love like
Love Like
this.
That.
Yeah. Love like that.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. Love Like That.
Okay.
Love Like This.
Like this or like that.
It's a Love Like This or Love Like That series focused on the scripture in 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 to 8. And we're looking at the different components because we believe that we want to make love great again. Malga, make love great again. So that's what we are doing with this series. So hopefully you're enjoying it. So we've had some good feedback from a few people that we've spoken to.
Exactly, we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
And we've already covered the good things, I guess, good elements of love. In terms of, I think love is patient.
Yeah, that's
was the first one. And love is kind. Please go back and watch the video.
Yeah.
Send it to someone, share, we'd love that. And then today we're going to cover what love is not, basically. So we'll be taking it in 3 parts, basically.
Yeah.
Love does not, Love does not envy, love does not boast, and love is not proud. So that's what we're tackling today. Please go to your kitchen, grab a coffee, do something, get somebody so that we can, go through this together.
Let them know. I'm just laughing. We're like I find it funny sometimes that we're just like proper YouTubers sometimes.
No, grab a coffee. It's not. This is some nice content,
Look, I hurt myself. I don't know where that's from.
Sorry. Is it better now?
Wow. So
that's what they used to do when you were kids.
Yeah.
When they were pissing kisses. Yeah.
So
the bundles.
So we're actually enjoying making this series ourselves. The research component, getting to understand that as well, and then obviously introspecting, looking at our relationship and how these things have kind of played out. And besides that, also looking at the relationships that we are involved in.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of couples, we have about 8 couples that we mentor in some sense. And we've been able to kind of see in them as well and see in our own relationships the kind of ways that we've misunderstood what love is in terms of how we receive it, but also misunderstanding what love is in terms of how we give it.
And I think it's also super challenged us because, I think already in the beginning, I thought that patience was something that was a quality, that we had, like kindness and stuff. But once you go deep into the stuff, you realize that there's still so much work. So I guess, this is something that we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, so the 3 components. Number 1, love does not envy, love does not boast, love is not proud. So boast and proud, personally, are things that I can understand, right?
Yeah.
But the envy component is one that has been kind of dribbling me in the head. Primarily because I just kind of struggle to see me,
couples,
or me envying you,
Yeah.
You kind of assume or you presuppose that if you're in a relationship with someone, whether it be a romantic relationship in terms of dating, married, engaged, or if it be like a friendship relationship, with friends, with boys, with girls, and you assume that the envy component will not form part of what that love is, right?
That relationship is true.
But funny enough, a lot of couples, not a lot, I think sometimes we say a lot, but couples do struggle in the space of envy.
Yeah, and I think what's crazy about these elements, the envy, the boast, and the pride, is that oftentimes they're not like obvious issues. So
they're like subtle.
They're subtle, and I think once we go into it, you kind of, that's where you get to like self-examine and then you think, oh my God, actually, I think at some point I've done that and that, you know. So I think like patience and kindness, same thing. I thought that it's all good, but then when you go deep, you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's actually there. Like, so to not go into make it too technical, but the idea of envy is feeling some kind of contention or some kind of bitterness or some kind of negative feeling. It's like jealousy, right? When
I think break it down. It says it's jealousy, rivalry, or contentious zeal.
Yeah. So it's just like it's you see it a lot with like siblings, you like the sibling rivalry, and you see it with friends where one friend buys a car and you feel some kind of way, and you're like, okay, but that car's not brand new, or some people are petty like that, you know?
Yeah. But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It might never be said, but it exists.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Or if it's said, it's always said like in a joking
way, but that thing has a jab.
Yeah, and it's like an indication of what's going on internally. If love can be patient, love is kind, but what love is not is that love does not envy, right? And this is more for us to interrogate ourselves, do some introspection in when good things happen to the people we say we love, how do we feel about those things?
Yeah.
If you find out that your wife has been promoted and she now earns double your paycheck, like
instead of celebrating that home is gonna be lit now.
Yeah, how does it feel to you as an individual?
And your ego.
Yeah, or you find out that your husband got a better job and therefore he's gonna be traveling the world. You know? How do you feel when you hear that news? You find out that your sibling just bought a new house or got a new car. Like all these different things, the moments where these things get tested. And I think that for the most part, I would like to assume that couples, in terms of romantic relationships, don't struggle with this. Because I kind of assume, I hope that I'm correct, that for the most part, if anything happens to the person you're romantically involved with, it would be exciting to you.
Yeah. I think automatically when that comes to play, it is an indication that there is something
fundamentally
that's not okay with the relationship, or it's not healthy. Something is not okay, because for the idea of love is that I want you to better, I want you to progress, I want you to be happy. You know, it's like what drives me or what makes me happy to see you.
But it's not even materially. It could be something that as subtle as feeling resentment based on how much attention or affection your partner or your friend or your sibling gets from other people. So say for example you, right? You're at church all the time and people love you, right? And a lot of people like gravitate towards you naturally more than they do to me, right? So
do you feel some type of way?
That's the point I'm trying to make. So I do think that sometimes I'm like, come on bro, like I feel like people give you too much attention. Not that I want the attention, but like I feel like they're taking time away from me.
Oh,
in that sense.
It's like, give me back my friend.
Basically. So I'm not sure if that also falls into the part of envy.
Or jealousy.
Or
like, just give me back what's mine.
Yeah, kind of like, it was there, like, come on bro, like, chill.
Leave me alone. Okay,
so it comes...
It's kind of cute though, I mean, well...
It's cute if it's not like toxic and like serial killer-ish.
Yeah.
But that cute feeling of like, look, I want my person can become
a problem.
The negative envy where you don't want anyone else to have access to the person, you don't want anyone else to have time with them.
You see, now that's where the fundamental problems of the relationship is.
Exactly.
Because it means either you're possessive, you are, what you call those people that...
you hug you're over possessive. And I think the extreme end of the spectrum is when you feel happy when things don't work out for them.
Oh, you see, now that, for me, that's creepy. That is like a low blow.
But those are the things you need to deal with. That's part of why we're doing this series.
Why we're doing. But imagine now, let's say now you have a deal like that. I know it's gonna be like a couple of millions, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay. So you're talking, you're even dreaming. I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who does he think he is?
In my mind, But you see what I'm saying is dodgy, because the thing is that it's not even visible. Oh, okay, babe, all the best with your. With your deal. And then you come and tell me, no, it
didn't work out, but secretly you're happy.
It's okay. Deep down, I'm like,
because you was gonna come in.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's dodgy.
So love is not that. So
please, I want you to get the millions.
Yeah, and You get the millions, we have millions. So the prayer is that we introspect ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And interrogate every relationship we have. Because some relationships might be perfect.
Yeah.
So it's not that if you have envy in one relationship, you have it in other relationships.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've got relationships, and we know certain people and we know certain scenarios where there have been, like, say, girls, like female friends,
Yes.
where one would always put the other one down.
Yeah.
For example, you're not losing any weight, and like stuff like that, you know, it's the little subtle
That's
jabs.
true. Or like, you know, if you paired that outfit with, you know, those different shoes, you know, it's always like, it's not just like, hello, you look nice.
Exactly.
But it's like, you look nice, but if you could have...
Exactly. So it's always something in the back end. So let's make every effort to avoid having any form of love that has in it envy.
Exactly.
Right?
And I think it goes back to what we spoke about in the first two videos, to say this is not more sitting down to pinpoint the issue on your partner.
Yeah.
But it's to sit down and say, look, am I fine in this particular? Because you could be great. I mean, patience, you could have it, or you could not be kind, and this is like something you're strong at. But just introspect as we keep going, yeah?
And I think that all three of the elements, envy, boasting, and pride, kind of work in tandem. And generally you'll see them kind of... So when you talk about the boasting, right, it's kind of being proud of yourself and bragging, puffing up.
Inflating oneself and arrogance.
Yeah, so talking arrogantly like about yourself. Now this could be simple stuff like putting down your partner's family. Like my family, we come from a rich family, we've got this, and your family's poor, for example.
Oh my God.
Or your family has issues and you keep talking down on your partner's family, or you keep saying about your achievements. Like I've got a PhD, for example.
Yeah. And you
need to kind of match me academically. So different things like that come up, and it's very strenuous on any relationship when you're made to feel like you're constantly trying to meet a standard.
Oof.
So if we put... It's strenuous. That's a new favorite phrase. She says it for everything. So it's very, very emotionally strenuous on any individual in any form of relationship, whether it be a platonic friendship, a romantic relationship, even siblings, even parents to children, children to parents.
Yeah.
When you're made to feel like there's always something you need to work towards.
It's exhausting.
It's tiring.
I actually don't think you want to be around that relationship.
But even if you do want to be around it, because it's almost like a bit of a Stockholm syndrome sometimes, where you fall in love with your abuser, right?
Yeah.
Even if you do, but it's just tiring, because you can never ever do enough for someone who struggles with boasting.
That's very true.
Because if someone has an issue with boasting, they will always look for some reason why they're better than you.
And the crazy part about boasting also, it's one of the examples around it is people that struggle to apologize.
Yeah.
This one is extremely common, I think, with couples, because I think at some point this demon has jumped on one of us. You know, and I'm talking about couples in general, where the word coming out to just tell someone, I am sorry for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without justifying, without, you know, whatever, just like plain simple, I did you wrong, I'm sorry. Oftentimes that particular thing exposes, you know, like that when you refuse to apologize, like I think I'm always right.
Exactly.
I think I know what I'm doing.
And I think in the African context, excuse me for generalizing, but I think you'd agree with this generalization. It's very common in men in that they constantly speak about the things that they do around the home. Like, I make the money here and I pay for this, and I'm the one that got you that car, and I'm the one that put those kids in that school, and it's because of my family that we are helping your family. And you keep records of the good things you've done as a means to show that that person should be glad that you're in their life.
Yeah, be grateful.
Be grateful that I'm here.
Yeah, like I did you a favor.
Exactly.
I did you a favor.
Speaking of doing you a favor, there are relationships where, because of the element of boasting, the people are made to feel like they should be privileged to have you in their life.
Yeah. Therefore, constantly grovel at my feet, because had it not been for me, you would not be this individual.
So you've heard phrases like, oh, so and so married up, you know? or so and so got lucky.
Yeah, you got a 10.
You got a 10. You know, it's not everyone that can secure stuff like that. So you should never be in a relationship where you feel like you're the lesser, and the other person is assisting you or is giving you doing you a favor by being with you.
Yeah.
That's never going to be healthy. It's never going to work out.
It's not going to work out. That probably is one of the elements that bring up abuse.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the fueling factors.
Yeah.
Because constantly, if I know that, okay, this person reminds me that, you know what, you are here because of me.
Yeah.
You're breathing because of me. You're actually beautiful and, you know, because I cleaned you up.
Yeah.
I got you from the gutter there, from the bundus. Yeah, I'm saying, baby, you know we're talking about this, but there are people that when they get mad, these are conversations that pop up.
Yeah.
It's not even something where I'm like making up stories. You know, like when you work with different people, you get to hear how people come broken. And you know the worst thing about words is that to take it back, that's something that's like, what's this thing, scarring.
And it's an insight into the person's internal space. Stuff like, oh, you should be grateful. Like, someone like me would have never normally been with someone like you.
Yay! Yay!
That's rough.
Yo.
Like, people say stuff like that. Like, sometimes.
And you know, I could divorce you. I mean, it's just because of the sake of the kids.
That's rough.
You see now that? How do you continue? Even after the person says, I'm sorry,
I was angry.
But that thing, it was like it was cooked somewhere.
It stays in your mind. So it's very important to really watch against those things because a lot of times these things are subtle. And it's in the things we say, it's in our attitude, it's especially like attitude when we go visit the in-laws. You feel like, okay, this is not my standard, and you see people where if their siblings come home, it's like they're my siblings and they can do whatever. But if their partner's siblings come home, then it's like, oh, don't sit there, or don't do that, or you guys are too loud. Is that being boastful to say that I'm from
there.
Yeah, I'm there and you guys are here. And so it's very important to watch against those things, even in friendship circles. It's okay, we have cars and you don't, and why do we always have to pick you guys up for a lift? And picking, it can be something as simple as you pick restaurants that you know other friends can't easily afford.
Exactly. What's that?
Then you make it awkward for them. You know?
I think people are counting their few rands they have.
And it's happened a few times that we've spoken about it where like we've been invited to places, right? Where someone says, I'm having a shindig. And the place is expensive. Right?
Expensive.
You chose the place. You invited us. And we're paying the bill for ourselves being there to celebrate you. That's a low-key, subtle jab to be like, look, I'm up here at this level.
Come up
and match my level. As opposed to saying, look, this is my friend and I need to make sure everyone is comfortable. So it's little subtle things I need to be careful of when we speak about love. Is love pays attention.
It does.
And make sure that we see ourselves as equals and not as better than, right? And then the final one is pride, right? Love is not proud, right? So this is really looking at just inflating ourselves. I think we kind of switched them a little bit, but this is about inflating ourselves and making ourselves to be big and arrogant, right? So it's really pointing out to a few things, right? You spoke about the element of refusing to apologize when it comes to people who are dealing with the issue of boasting. And it comes up in pride as well. To say that I'm always right. Right? I'm like, why do I need to apologize? Like, why do I need to humble myself and accept that I've made a mistake? That's a struggle. If we struggle with apologizing, right? I'm not saying that when you struggle to apologize, it's because you're a proudful person. I think that's a bit too simplistic. But if apologizing is something that you genuinely cannot do, even in the face of hard evidence, it's an indication that something's not right.
That's true.
Like, you know it's your fault. You know, the evidence is there.
The L.
Just
grab it with both your arms.
And say, look, my bad.
And that's it.
Chest the L. Yes. Hold it tenderly.
But this one though, it is a killer
Yeah.
in most relationships. Also, just the idea of people holding on to winning arguments. You know, at all costs. I don't care what it's gonna cost me.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost us not talking for 3 weeks. Like I'm gonna hold on to it.
Yeah.
It's like low-key stubborn. It's very devilish for me.
It's people who love the word but.
Yeah, because but nullifies everything you
Yeah.
said before. Like if I say no, I'm sorry, love. Like even I've used love. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, love. That I didn't come on time, and I know I promised, but you know this came up in this whatever. You know, there's everything else you said before.
But generally with pride is there's always a need to put the spotlight back on the other person. So for example, I know that sometimes I do this quite a lot, especially when I'm losing in the heat of battle.
Shake my hand. I never thought you'd say it.
Ah,
I'm so proud
go
of
there.
you. Who's like you?
So when you're losing in the heat of battle, is the go-to phrase is, but you did this. In other words, you have no right to be upset with me in this moment because you've done X back in the day. Right? But you also.
But you don't like the word but. Given back to you.
Exactly.
If someone says but, you're like, no, but this is what
Let's
we're talking
focus
about.
on the issue now. Let's not mix from different parts.
But when you're failing, you're like, bring that but back.
It's like a joke. It's like a get out of jail card. Say, I'll apologize, but I want you to know I'm not the only one who's in this thing. So it's really, and we just wrote a few things down to make sure we're not losing what we prepared here. So here, the need to win every argument, we spoke about that, and looking down on the spouse.
I think, don't you think, baby, this is me? I'm always seeking peace, even though sometimes.
But it says rather than seeking peace.
No, I am the opposite of that. Like sometimes I think it's even detrimental.
Are you giving yourself a compliment?
No, I'm not giving myself a compliment because it could be another form of pride.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like, you know what?
I'm the peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the, you know?
Yeah.
I'm holding this together.
United Nations.
Yeah. Anyway, that type of thing. So I think that in as much some traits, maybe that are seemingly good to the eye, are not necessarily always.
It's all about motive.
Because at the end of the day, I'm thinking about my steam.
Yes.
You know, this Angela the peacemaker.
I don't want to reduce myself to
petty arguments.
Rise above.
So it's not like these things are so you search your soul and come to. I wasn't giving myself a compliment. I was identifying a problem.
But it's like, scripture speaks about the little foxes. I know that's a scripture you like.
I love it.
So I think when you go to like relations, like a married relationship like ourselves, or it could be like a parent-children relationship that we have with our kids and you have with your kids or with your parents or your siblings, these things are what you would call little foxes, in that they don't by themselves seem like a big deal, but if left unattended, they can mess up and damage the entire vineyard because you just let them go and do what they need to do.
That's true.
And eventually people are going to pull away from you because every time they're around you, they feel small. Every time they're around you, they know they're never going to win an argument because you're always going to come up with a reason why whatever you did is justified.
That's true. I think as well as a bonus, maybe let's say to a person who's single, right?
Yeah.
Who keeps kind of losing relationships.
Friendships especially.
Yeah, friendships, even love relationships. I think sometimes when you see that this is like a pattern, because oftentimes, we just go straight, we want to pray for the issue.
Men are trash. Women in this generation are terrible.
They're not mindful. They're not,
where all the
real
good men
men
gone?
Exactly. So sometimes you look at it, where are the girls gone? It's not that that's the problem. Sometimes the common denominator anyway in the equation is you.
Yeah.
So there is an importance that if you see that the relationships are failing constantly, it's to sit down and check what keeps recurring. And sometimes you'll notice that the people say the same statements to you. Like you're not understanding, you're harsh, you run your mouth, whatever. You're not forgiving or whatever the case may be. It's important to not just look at it as like people were negative or people were coming at you, but it is also like that mirror where you're able to check, that small fox and say, because sometimes we hold closely to it, this is how I am, this is me, like I just snap, no one can talk, and you think that's like a
badge of honor.
It's like a good thing, this is who Angela is. It's not. You go in there and check, and you'll realize that the minute you take time to look at yourself against the scripture or the word of God, you'll notice that the other relationships start to improve. You start becoming a better person, because at the end of the day, the self-check is on you, not on the other people.
Yeah, the only thing that's common in every relationship that you have is you.
Yourself.
There's no relationship that you have across the board that has anything else in common except you.
Yeah, that's true.
So therefore, if you see things not working in multiple places, your colleagues at work, your siblings, your parents, your love relationships, like clearly it can't be that the whole world is wrong.
That's true.
So it's important to get to that place where you realize, okay, cool, maybe I'm the one that needs to fix certain things. So here's like a closing phrase or closing statement. This week is not as heavy as the other ones, but it's still something to really pay attention to. Is that in a healthy, godly relationship, love means being genuinely happy. Genuinely is the key word here. Genuinely happy for each other's success. Some people want their spouse to be happy for them, but they can't show the same support and enthusiasm and joy for their spouse. So the whole thing of a healthy relationship is being genuinely happy about each other's success.
That's right.
Modest about our own, not to make I make more money than anyone in this house. No, modesty about your own success, right? And then humble in our hearts, right? In terms of how we interact with each other.
And not even humble what people see as humility. The heart is the issue here.
The only person that really knows if you're humble is you, because we can fake humility.
But that thing cannot be fake forever, especially in love relationships. Like we can fake maybe with each other for some time, but if this is for life, at some point the truth is gonna come out and it will be nasty.
And I remember I heard it somewhere, I saw it somewhere. Someone said that certain people are only happy to be in a relationship with you as long as they're the one who's doing better than you.
Ooh.
And that kind of hit me, because I realized that you have certain people that are happy to be around you as long as they're the ones that are doing better. But the moment you start doing better, they no longer feel comfortable being around you, because they're no longer in the limelight, they're no longer the go-to person, they're no longer the one who has the most money or the most clout, the most reach, the most connections. So those dynamics are very important to realize. Some people are not really your friend, they just want you around as a groupie. And for that to happen, you need to always be less than them. Whether it be less than them in terms of looks, whether it's less than them in terms of physique, less than them financially, less than them in terms of whatever.
Just progress.
And the moment that you match or you get better, you no longer have groupie status, and you no longer can afford to have you around.
And now their mission to probably say,
and what's crazy is that same thing even happens in relationships. Some people are happy to be in a relationship as long as the person they're with is less than them. And this is mostly like a male vulnerability. If your wife earns more than you, how did the dynamics at home change?
And even now, the current problem where young ladies, it's also a generalization, are going for men that have things. They have all the material. But the minute all of that goes down the drain, bye,
cheers, bro.
So there isn't the motives. And going back to this, in the heart, there are things that are sick. And the minute we just assess, look at ourselves properly and adjust, that's when we'll be able to start seeing the difference.
So beautiful people, the word love is extremely profound. Love is patient, go and watch that video. Love is kind, go and watch that video. And love does not boast, does not envy, is not proud. So when you tell someone I love you, it's a commitment to say, listen, I will not compete with you, right? When you tell someone I love you, it means I'll be happy for your successes. When you tell someone I love you, it means that I do not see myself as better than you. When you tell someone I love you, is
Not
to
doing
say
you a
that
favor.
I'm not doing you a favor by being with you.
I want
I'm
to be.
genuinely happy to be with you, and I consider it a privilege to be with you. And if we don't have those elements in there, we cannot genuinely tell other people that we love them. And that's kind of what
That's
we
why
want.
you're laughing when I said, hi, I love you.
Exactly. Like we just throw the word I love you
That's
around.
true.
We love our soccer team, we love our dogs, we love our cats, we love our fish.
That's
We
terrible.
love everything. We love the weather. I love this weather. I love the
Winter. It's kind of
yeah, I love winter. I love summer. So we just love a lot of things, and the word has lost its meaning. And we just receive I love yous from anyone, and we give I
And
love
believe
yous
it.
and believe it, and we give I love yous to anyone.
meaninglessly.
Exactly.
Is that the word?
Yeah, meaningless. Meaningless I love yous.
Empty.
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 So our aim with this series is for us to recapture the depth and profundity of the word love and make love great again. So we trust you enjoyed this one. It's a bit shorter than the others, but we're keeping it authentic, real,
Yes.
and we do them as the inspiration comes. So a couple more videos to come in this love series, Love Like That. Please do consider sharing the content, do consider liking, do consider subscribing, and do comment anything that is stand out for you, anything that you want to say to us, especially if it's nice. If it's mean, it's fine, we don't need to know. Don't tell us anything like that. So any last words from you, man?
No, all I can say is just thank you so much for your support, and we trust that we will continue to grow together.
Bro, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers at some point.
We do, but all of
We committed this year.
We've committed.
We've not let you down yet.
But
So,
what we know is
yeah.
that you will do the right thing and click the subscribe button.
Yeah.
But more than that, you know, even if you actually share this video with one other person,
Yeah.
it just doubles everything.
If you like it, we're not forcing you.
Better like it. I'm joking.
Bye.
Please like it.
We love them. We like you a lot.
We appreciate you, okay?
Bye.
Adios.
1,000 borders just so I can be with you. My loving you's a mission, but I'm ready. 1,000 borders just so I can be with you. This love I got is nothing to be played with.